Hi, welcome. My name's Brian Knight and I live in Melbourne in Australia, and it's just after 5 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday here. We're already done Monday. Done and dusted. Welcome, Tom. Let me just share this. So welcome to this live. Oh, welcome to this live Forex analysis session. Just note that any trades discussed in this group are to be classed purely as educational only. That's because we're a group of people helping each other, and we are not financial advisors. We'd be off doing other things if we were. There is a full risk disclosure there and a little bit about us as live session traders. Okay, right. I'll just stop sharing that and go and have a look and see where things are on the charts. And welcome, Darren. Right. Okay, let's start out at the top. So there's a couple of things starting to move around a bit. And the news is I'm still I'm still in those three JPY trades. They did a bit of a buy the last 24 hours, but it could be the last hurrah. It could just like drop off again tomorrow. We'll just see what happens on the next 24 hours. Okay, we'll have a look through them. AUD CAD,
There we are.
still. So what was that, Tom?
Oh, I thought I was muted. I'm sorry. Hi, Brian. Hi, Darren.
Hi. Hi.
I just
Yeah,
got
no,
set
no,
up.
no, that's all okay. No problems at all. We're just looking through the pairs, see how we go, what's happening. So AUD CAD, yeah, it's not out the side. It's doing a little pullback now. What news have we got there? Oh, that's GDP growth. Okay, nice. For Canada. Canadian dollars have been a bit off, but the Aussies obviously weakening off now against it the last couple of days. No, it's Friday, the end of market, and when the market opened, it did. That's, I think, okay. So AUD still in the middle of rails, and well, not in the middle, but nowhere outside to be able to take anything from. Okay, AUD JPY. So it looks like against a lot of the Japanese yen, a lot of currencies have strengthened up because Japanese yen obviously has like lost a bit of ground. Again, this was never taken because there was no triangle pushed up then. But again, it's just sort of slowly crawling itself down. AUD NZD, now it's pulled off that high. It never went outside, got a bit scared and pulled back. It's still sitting around that middle, good old danger zone. AUD Singapore, and nothing in these AUDs at the moment. It's still sitting around the middle as well. No triangle. We did have a long bit. Didn't go anywhere. Well, it moved, but hasn't given us that opportunity. There's the AUD USD. Well, that was the one down where it spiked you out and then it continued up. Sorry to point that out, but it's worthwhile knowing. But even at the long, it would have been way too late to get into that anyway. So it's sort of like, yeah, a no trade with the current rules. Yeah, coming up.
Yeah, it would have been a good trade, wasn't for that weird spike.
Yeah, it's that.
I mean, it was the gap, wasn't it? It was like a massive gap.
Yeah,
Price opened way down, spiked down a bit further, and then
yeah, come up. But that was the tariffs on Mexico Canada Day when it opened on the Monday. I'm pretty sure that was the Yeah, that was a Monday open. Yeah. Yes, the craziness. All right. CAD CHF. Another CHF still sitting in the middle. There's just so many pairs just hovering around that middle. Nothing.
Oh, on this one.
You're in the short?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Need to pull back, but it's pushing back down. Okay. Great. KJ.
I'm in this one
This
too.
you're in it for the sell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, well, you've got an overall on the daily that's sort of selling out. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Um, there was no triangle there. We do have a triangle now, though. Mm. Trend bar still red, though. It is a JPY, though, Darren.
Yeah.
One of those annoying JPYs. So I think, yeah, I'll just put a pink on it, but we'll have to assess whether.
I mean, it hasn't pushed far enough out anyway for me. So
Oh, for
that's,
you it hasn't. No, no. For
so
me, I've got a triangle. It doesn't matter. It hasn't
yeah,
pushed all
yeah,
the
yeah.
way out. It's if or when we get a trend bar change. That's what's now the crucial factor for me. But for you, it could push out further, and we could get another green one. It just
Yeah.
depends. All right, CHF JPY still in the sell on this. Stop loss is down here. Comes within a devil's breath of it, and now it's pushed back up a little bit. And we've got another green triangle. So we'll see whether it goes pushes down, knocks me out before it pushes back up, or whatever happens. If it takes me out, I'm just going to organise whatever we do, whether get the other. But the point is, it's been a bit on a downtrend, but it hasn't broken this low yet.
Are you
Over
saying you're
here.
going to buy for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in a buy. Yeah, yeah. I got into a buy over here on that candle there back on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm in the sell for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you might be right on it. It's just I don't think Darren got into it, but I'm not sure. But it's yeah, no, it gave me triangle, gave me trend bar change, it gave me green candles, and then it promptly turned around and sat down on top of me.
Yeah, but if you look at it from the far left long
Yeah.
down there at the bottom,
That
right
one,
there,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
look, it's a butterfly pattern. So I'm only looking for it to break this low right there, that long. It's going to break that long
You reckon it'll break this step? Well, it's already broken
and
the
then
long.
turn and pull back up.
It's already broken the long. It just hasn't broken the low.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
So this butterfly pattern is playing out nicely. So if
Mm.
it pulls down further, looking across, where's your next target?
Aiming across the left here.
Yeah. Where's the next? There's, see that long down there?
Yeah, yeah. That one or that one. Yeah. Look at that spot
If it
down
beats
there.
this long in the middle, that's the butterfly pattern. It's not gonna play out like a butterfly pattern should.
Mm-hmm.
But if it beats this long in the middle, then I'm looking for the next long to your left.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
That's why I'm letting it run on the sell side.
Mm. Yeah, and it absolutely could be that's the way things go. I mean, we've got lower highs here.
Yeah.
What I was looking for is a push back up to the middle 3/4 and then a drop back off, but it just didn't even make the half. So that's just the way. Well, you look at these, look at the long thing, push to the other side, come back, from that side to there, back up to at least 3/4, and then came back down to the outside. So to do this is a little bit out of, well, it's not because that also did it there. It's not out of character, but it's just, it's only annoying.
So W inverted W.
Yeah,
Not that I'm
yeah,
into shapes like that, but
yeah.
which means it would
One that
take off
way, one
again
that way.
now.
Well,
Up, down, and then off it
yeah,
goes.
well,
Inverted W.
hopefully. Well, if it does, that just sort of supports our, as the strategy that you've been doing, Darren, and what I've been following.
But I
We'll
got
just
stopped
see.
out. I got stopped out because I was going for the shorter stop, the tighter
Yeah,
stop loss,
yeah,
which sod's law, and I'm probably going to regret it on this one if it does take off. But now I'll get in again,
yeah,
get
yeah,
a trend bar changing along. Not to
yeah.
be perturbed.
As you said, I think it was yesterday, you said, it's like, hey, you lose note, and then you don't, you get you get sort
Yeah.
of
You,
gun shy.
you've got to hold your nerve and stick with it, really, because
Yeah. Purely mechanical,
yeah,
Darren. This is just a purely mechanical process.
yeah,
And yes, it'll bite you sometimes. That's just the way it is.
yeah.
All right. Good. All right. So that's where I'm at the moment with that. See what happens. Right, Euro AUD. Yeah, it's just sitting in here at the moment. Thought it would have, there's not an option except for when it was out here, gave us a red. But anyway, that is not ready to take. We're pushing up. I think we will get a further push down on it. We'll see. Just waiting. You're a CAD. Now I had this as a pinky because it's pushed itself back out. Obviously the Euro's got a bit of strength in it
I'm in this one too.
for the buy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. We are around that middle danger zone. That's okay. Euro CHF. Here we go. This is typical CHF stuff, just with the rails, the way the settings are, it just doesn't come outside to give us any sort of trade opportunity. Euro GBP. Ooh. Oh, yeah, well, it hasn't changed the trend bar, so this might be just a little bit of a kick. We'll see the Tuesday, Wednesday, if it pushes down further and gives us a green triangle for a buy back up.
This is. I've now
What?
included this on my
Oh,
watch
Darren,
list. Yeah.
Darren, don't give me the,
No, it's
don't scare the hell out of me.
It's time I got over that. Yeah, got over my fear. Euro GBP.
It sounds very similar to my AUD NZD. Again, it's purely mechanical, Darren. It's like that's just the way it is. So,
At the same time, it
all right.
consolidated for years.
Sorry?
I said at the same time, it was consolidating for
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Now we're getting some
Now we're actually
outside.
getting movement again.
Yeah, yeah. Correct, Tom. It's and over years you would get gun shy on it too if you take trades and then they don't ever sort of work out. Okay. Euro JPY, I was in a buy for this. I had my stop loss here because I took it at that candle there, had stop loss there, not at the bottom. And so this is going to be a watch lesson, does it come down and take that out? Because if you look over here, that's where the low is there. Spike there. We will see. I'm out of the trade now, so but we might also have it here. We've got a green triangle. Does it come back up and we get a trend bar change again? Do I get in? That's the question. Right. I don't know what the answer is yet. No, the answer is mechanical. That's it. Purely do what it says, what it gives you. You're at NZD. This has been a slow grind down. But for me, that would have been a sell. Even if it didn't come out, I got a triangle, got a trend bar change, poke back up here. I still would have been all right with it because the stop loss would have been up there. It hasn't made it back into that. Come close. And it probably would have been a 3/4 by now, I reckon. At least the first lot would have been a trade. I'm just, I suppose, talking about it, Darren, how with new rules, what that could have been a possibility. Not for you, because it doesn't have candle outside. And really the short doesn't come until there. So, all right, Euro Singapore. Bouncing along the bottom here. Gosh, look at that Euro for ages, like all the way back here. What's that? June last year. It just has been.
Just doesn't very often come out of the rails at all, does it? I
It
guess just
did.
not enough volume in it. Does occasionally, but
Yeah.
a lot of time it just sits in there.
Well, it has for a while. It's probably like what, as Tom says, it's probably like that Euro GBP that's been doing that for a while. Now it's starting to do highs and lows. Euro USD. Now that would have been a good trade too. Change
I'm
trend
still in
bar.
this. Under
Oh,
the
you
old,
are?
yeah, under the old rules, I'm in this one, yeah. The
Oh,
buy.
wow. Well, it's doing well then for you.
Yeah, still surviving. It's
Yeah.
not great because
Yeah, you
it,
had your stop loss down here and you didn't enter until
and it was a
up here
massive,
somewhere.
massive candle for the
Yeah.
long,
Yeah.
so it's not a particularly exciting one.
Not particularly exciting because of the reward.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but still, mechanically, it still has worked.
Yeah.
It just proves the point. All
Well, we're
right.
break even now as well on it, so
Oh, did you do the 3/4 and then
I did,
break even?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
break even on second half or whatever. Okay, good. All right, let's look at these GBPs. Where are they at? Hey, Tom, thanks for when you sort of chime in and say, I've got this one for that and this. That's good. All right, GA didn't come to the outside. Would have been good for that as a 3/4 back anyway. It's now just hovering around that middle. Hate it. We'll see what happens. I tell you what, these politicians here are chucking around the promise of money. It's like, oh God, our money. They're promising our money. And they haven't even called the election yet formally. Oh well, GCAT. You see, I suppose why I mentioned that is it might push the Aussie dollar around a bit once if we do. Right, GBP and CAD. That British pound has really strengthened up. I mean, where's the rails? Come on. Came out, didn't use triangle, so this would have been a good trade up through there. I mean, you did get that, didn't you? One, two,
Did,
three. You
yeah.
got 3 trades out of that one. We're just waiting for it to work its way up, give us some sort of a red triangle and back out down again. They just cycle. That's all that happens. GBP CHF, we'll see where the rails are. Still in the middle, nothing. Hasn't come out. GJ.
This one.
You in GBP CHF?
Yeah, for the sale.
So, yeah, okay. That's fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. So GJ, this is another one I'm still in. I got in when trend bar changed there. Stop loss was down here. So
This is the only JPY one I'm still in. This one.
yeah.
For the
This was
buy?
the one. Yeah,
For
for
the
the
buy,
buy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in it for the sell.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Thanks for when people rub salt into a wound.
I'm going against you guys anymore.
No,
If
it's
I'm
all
going to lose
cool.
my money, I'm going to lose it to you guys.
Isn't it for the sell? It's actually pushing up at the moment. So
Yeah, but yeah, we'll just see. Darren, you're right. I mean, yeah. I think my only consolation for me is that I do have the stop loss at the bottom of the push out. So we'll see. I mean, it could come down and break that.
There's two equal highs below that low.
Yeah. Yeah, over here as well. But it did break structure off that there. It didn't here though. You see, it's anyway. We'll see. When it's purely mechanical, you just that's the way it is. We'll see. You're right. All these now, the ones I'm in, they're all sort of just pushed up for the day, the start of the week. We'll see what happens though. Definitely, it will just unfold. GBP NZD again, just like the AUD, just going sideways around the middle. I don't think there's no election in New Zealand or stuff. We don't ever get to see any of the news for New Zealand. Any trading view doesn't sort of think it's important enough, obviously. GBP Singapore. Oh, this is what you're wanting. Nice big push up there.
yeah, I'm still not reached the 3/4 mark yet. So still
No. You're still in two trades.
two trades. I have moved my stop loss up to below the
Below here.
now another long. It's sitting there, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not on full loss now. Reduce that a bit.
Yeah.
Full risk, I should say.
Okay.
Looks like it
If
may be
we
making another move now. So
maybe making a push without any news. Okay. Well, yeah. The other stuff that makes the news, doesn't it? The GBP USD. Oh,
such a struggle. It went very close overnight to the.
I did, didn't it?
I woke up this morning and saw
And then
that
sucked back.
setback. It's really teasing me, this one. It really
Yeah.
is.
But then again, you haven't been in it for that long. But
No,
this is the old rule, so still, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, well, hybrid rules because
Hybrid, sorry.
I took half out at the 3/4 line. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And you're just waiting for it to push out. I'm waiting for a red triangle and getting ready for the sell.
Mhm.
That's all we need. Change the trend bar. Thank you very much. But that's okay. It's still been profitable for you.
Mhm. So, yeah.
Right. NZDs. NCAD. You still in that for the buy, Tom?
No.
Oh, you got out. Hey, pull back.
Yeah, it pulled back and tapped me out, so I turned around and put a
Ah,
buy limit on. All
right.
I'm
Okay.
waiting for is one candle to pull back, tap me in, and away we go.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a much tighter stop loss than what I had before,
Mm-hmm.
and higher confidence if it pulls back and taps me in, that it's going to take off.
Mm,
There are
mm.
two equal highs down below the long that you've got there. So
Oh, yeah.
that
Up
long
in
right there,
here.
that green long,
Yeah. This one.
below that low, there's two equal highs. And I'm waiting for it to pull back into those equal highs before it shoots out again.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
let it
And
pull
then,
back, tap me in, take out the equal
yeah.
highs, and then go.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. And highly possible too. But you've got it set, so if it doesn't make it, that doesn't matter. But if it does, then you're ready and you're in. So it's good. All right, then. NZDCHF. Just look at that.
Yeah, I'm in this one too.
Or the buy?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the NZD's been, it's just a slow one. So from a mechanical point of view, there is no triangle. They do have a trend bar change, so it's just slowly done that grind. Like it's like watching paint dry. Yeah, hopeless. Anyway, that's going to be a while before we get any opportunity, maybe. NZDJPY. This is the other one I'm still in. Change there. Stop loss is, I think it's down there as well. Um, it's interesting though, Darren. This, like UJ, did have a green triangle. It's gone.
I mean, you look at that now, and that just looks all over it like one that's like to continue to push down, doesn't it? I'm sorry to say that, Brian, but it
No,
has that
no, no, no,
grind.
no, 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 no. You don't
I'm in
need
it for
to
the
be.
sell.
You know,
Yeah.
it's broken that low to the left there from
Tom.
was it September? So
Well,
Yeah,
it
it's a
yeah.
broke that
classic
low,
cup and
broken.
handle. See the three triangles to your left?
See the three triangles to your left.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so there's the cup, the
Yeah.
circle. The
Mm-hmm.
handle is all this part coming down.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to break the lip of the cup,
Mm-hmm.
which means it's going to push further. So go to your left further.
It's already done that though.
See
You
that?
got
See
that
that
one
spike
there.
down there?
Yeah.
That's where it's going.
Mm.
So I'm selling it off to that location.
Yeah, okay.
The
And then when it
JPYs all generally do the same thing, so that means they're all
Yeah, they
going.
do.
Yeah, if
They
one
do.
goes, the rest
This
follow, don't
this
they?
this could be just false hope this one day here, Darren. But yeah, no, look, it's okay. All I'm saying from a mechanical point of view, there was a triangle, there isn't now.
Yeah,
The same thing happened on UJ,
yeah.
which is interesting to observe, unusual, but interesting to observe. That's what it did. Change trend bar up or went. We never got along on it.
I mean,
That's
this is
not
why
something
I changed to sort of body of candle instead of just
outside. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
No.
I was seeing this quite a lot, this repainting and triangles
Mm,
disappearing.
mm,
So to reduce the the number of times,
yeah,
probably it's happened here again.
yeah.
That's why I
Well, there's only two so far in all the JPYs that I took that, the UJ did as well.
yeah.
Disappeared. All right. Well, that could be instant death today in Tom's favor. Okay. There's got to be a transfer at some point, doesn't it? NZD, USD, this is the same as that. AU did a spike on that day,
Yeah.
and then it's pushed back up again. Frustrating to watch, but it is what it is. Right, Singapore Japanese yen. I was in this, it spiked down, spiked me out on that level. Now pushed back up. We've got another green triangle. Interesting, the green triangle didn't disappear over here though. All right. So
Well, you can see with those rails are dotted lines. Well, I think you know this already, Brian, but the dotted section of those lines, it changes from as you go back from dotted to a solid line.
mm-hmm.
I, th- I as I can, to the best of what I can gather, the dotted section is still can still repaint, so that's still moving around.
Mm.
Once it turns solid, then
Yeah, but
that's it.
that's
It
like
doesn't move after that.
Yeah, when it turned solid though, that's like, you know,
Yeah, it's ages ago, yeah.
months ago, a couple of months.
So
So
anything within that those dotted
yeah,
lines
yeah,
can
yeah,
still
can change.
repaint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and I don't have a problem with that.
No.
I'm fine. I'm just noticing that sometimes things are there and they're not, and just knowing what happens, that's all. And this is just really an exercise in learning where the mechanical part of this is just you just follow it. All right, UCAD, no change in the trend bar. It hasn't come outside the rail and it's still just going sideways. As you said, you're waiting for it to come outside these rails and give us something. Um, I am too. All right, USD CHF listing at middle again
I'm into this one too. So
for the sell. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm still in this one under the old rules. Yeah, I've been
Oh,
in this for
okay.
quite a while now.
Yeah. Oh, this was the so close to your stop loss. It was at
Oh,
failure.
that's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
survived the
The raid.
tariffs. Yeah,
Oh, the tariff.
yeah.
Well, now we've got UJ. We've got it was a triangle. It disappeared. It come up. It come down. We got another triangle. Right
still into this one for the sell too.
for the sell. Good on you. Right. It hasn't broken there though. We'll just see. Right. USD in Singapore. This also too is outside the rails. We've got a green trend bar still red, pushing back up. Um, yeah, we'll see how that travels as well. Gold is 2946. What did I say? It's still looking for that three or just under, pull back, then push back up again. Mm. And silver, it's pushed no, down a bit for the last day. Okay. Oh, yeah. Bitcoin is still hovering around that 95. It's all right. And oil. That's done a little push up. It had a big drop, didn't it? So it's going to do a
Yeah.
pullback down. So
Yeah.
um, that has made the 3/4. You've profited. It's now you've pulled down your stop, your break even. Plus, if it shoots up, you'll still have a
Yeah.
second trade profit as well. Okay.
I think going back to gold, I think was that a record high again?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a record high. That is. Yeah. I still think it's trying to make that 3K, $3,000 an ounce. And that's probably because Elon and is gonna hang on to Ancient Orange's hand and they're gonna check out the gold deposits in where is it? Fort something or other, or wherever it
Imagine if
is.
you'd have
So
got in on that long, Brian, all the way down there,
I
with
know,
the stop
I
loss just
know.
below the
Yeah,
and just still be sat in it now.
yeah, yeah. Well, you would have got out at the rail though, so
You would. But imagine if
Yeah.
you hadn't.
Yeah, but that's not what your rules are to tell you.
No.
And but then again, you would have still made a healthy profit out of it too. 3/4 and then all the way.
The number of times I've sat back and looked at these shorts and longs and thought, are we
Yeah.
missing something even simpler than what we're doing? What if you just got in, if you get a trend bar, you get a long and a change of trend bar, you just get in, stay in until you get a short.
That's what I've been
Trend
saying. I
bar
didn't
change.
understand why you guys
Oh,
were getting out.
Oh Jesus, Tom's arced up now.
Well,
Just
no,
stay until you
that's
get
what
a
I was
trend
saying
bar
the other
change, and
day.
then
That's what I was
yeah,
trying to. That's what I was trying to understand with you guys the other day.
Yeah, I
You
know.
guys say, "Oh, it's 3/4, get out," and I was like, "Why are you worrying about getting out when you don't even have a short yet?"
Mm.
yeah. Well, there are examples. If you go to GBP AUD, for example, this will tell you why. An example of why. See, I was in that cell, the short right at the top there.
Up here. It only
Yeah,
made it to the 3/4.
and then it took off.
And then if you had it would have come back up here and
Yeah, but I understand this one. This one you have a trend bar change with a engulfing candle. I
yeah,
get that one.
yeah,
But if you have no other signs, like in gold, where it's just climbing,
Yeah.
climbing, climbing, yeah, I don't understand that. I just don't get it.
you're
I try and
allowed
squeeze every penny out of these trades.
yeah,
So
you're allowed to not get it, Tom.
But,
yeah,
but, for,
exactly.
but for every one of those gold examples, there are many where
Yeah, there is in there.
it just turns and you give up. Your profit's given up very quickly before
Yeah.
before you know it, sort of thing.
I think one of the things, Tom, just to sort of put a perspective on it, that I think over time that I've learned is a lot of the people that I've watched previously and sort of learned off is that you need you okay, you cannot go backwards by banking profits wherever that is. It doesn't really matter. So you're right as well. I mean, you travel and you bank profits out of it. I mean, Darren banks it. He might close a trade earlier, but he's still banking profits. You
Yeah,
can't
of
go
course.
backwards doing that. The caution I think that Darren's talking about is having the potential to bank profits and then it just come back and eat it all up on you, and then it just comes back to your stop, which has happened, Darren, hasn't it, plenty of
Yeah.
times. So, and if it continues, well, I think Darren and I have been talking about the fact of keeping in trades now without, um, still having a set TP, but allowing that to be a bit more flexible, I think, in the process from, your discussions, Tom. That's how I
Right.
see it anyway.
But one of the things I've been thinking about a lot,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
I've changed my trading,
Yeah.
is if I'm not willing to get into a sell, don't get out of the buy.
Yeah. Correct. And vice versa.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
even if it's telling me sell, if it doesn't look like it's in a good position to be selling, then I'll
Mm.
just hold on to it and wait for it to pull
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
up. You know,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
comes back and stops me out, well, then that's my fault for not just saying, enough loss is enough loss. I'm gonna shut it down here
Mm.
because it's not like this stuff is moving at lightning speed.
Mm.
I've got
No, that's
days to
right.
contemplate these trades.
None of this stuff is moving at lightning speed, except for sometimes when some person opens their mouth and talks shit.
When dummy moves his face hole, things
Yeah.
move.
I like it. Look it. Yeah. Look it. It's yeah.
That's all I was saying is I just didn't understand why you guys
Mm.
were
Mm.
cutting trades so short.
Yeah, it's more about banking profits and then securing an amount. I mean, Darren's now sort of doing two trades, or the hybrid is having one trade that you close half and have the other half. I mean, I think that's very smart, really smart move,
Sure.
and but allowing it also to continue if you want to. But there's, like as Darren was saying, this gold, this is unusual, extremely unusual. you look at the history of gold, it's like, it's all over the place. I mean, yes, it does push up and all the rest of it, but you know,
Classic
like out of
safe
the road.
haven in times of uncertainty.
Yeah. Well,
Gold, demand for gold.
yeah. And also too, China and India are just buying up heaps. They're stacking it away for some reason. I don't know.
Well, talking of gold, I see Barley's launching a another
Yeah,
bot.
yeah. Yeah, I
You
saw
saw that,
that.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you watch the video?
No, I haven't yet. It
Yeah.
was sort of
It was
overnight.
only showing January, back testing
Mm-hmm.
to January, showing the
Mm-hmm.
results of January, which you can see actually what gold's done in January. So,
Yeah.
but he's saying it's a bot that basically trades with the trend. So it's obviously did very well in January. It's been
Mm,
taking buys and after buy, and
mm,
it's done very well. So how it would cope in these periods when it's just going up and down, I don't know. But
mm, mm.
interesting though. We'll see what he's on about launching it, sort of pre-launch next week, isn't he? So we'll see what.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a go if it's
Mm.
on a smallish account.
Is it because he dumped the other thing? Is he just including that in his
No, he just dumped that. That only lasted a matter of weeks. It was just a bit.
super scalper? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just massively volatile. It was
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, because he the possibility is still following his trades that he does on
oh
USD
yeah,
and all the rest of
yeah,
it.
it's still
But it
that.
was the
Yeah.
super scalper was included. Now he's dropped that. Does that mean you can still you can have gold still have that monthly?
Well, I wasn't actually on his call, so he did post recording, didn't he? So I just watched the recording.
Yeah.
He didn't say. So whether he's going to be looking for more money again off people to.
Yeah, I haven't had time to watch it, but we'll catch up.
I think he was risking 5% trade. Whether he would risk that much, I don't know. 5%, it doubled the
Mm,
account in a month. Two and a
mm,
half percent, it made 50% in a month. But just looking at what gold did in January, maybe that was an exceptional month.
I think
If,
you're
if,
right.
it, if it was trading with the trend and it's just going up and up and up and up all the time, then it's
But
market conditions.
when we look at it there now, Darren, it's like it's way out of the rails. There's has to be a pullback at some time, and it could be when some person opens their face hole and says something stupid. So could change the whole
Some
dynamics of
person with
things.
an orange face says
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's like the assassination can't be soon enough. Anyway,
Your words to God's ears.
if only that guy on the roof, I tell you,
He
like,
could
what
have
an he?
changed history.
Oh, yeah, just get the site worked out first. Make sure you got the site money worked in so you know you're going to be on target. Anyway, just basic rules. These people, I tell you, when are they going to? Anyway, uh,
Did I ever tell you about that story with me?
that
So
you were on the roof with him, or
I was working with this guy named Fast Eddie, and we worked in this warehouse. And we used to build and burn building materials to give them fire ratings. And one day, this big giant gray bus, Winnebago, drove past with about 15 cars in front of it and 15 cars behind it. True story, I swear to God. So they stopped down at the end of the block, which was the U.S. Steel manufacturer. That's where the steel plant was. And Fast Eddie's like, "Hey, who's that?" I said, "I have no idea." And so he goes, "Well, let's check it out." I go, "It's too far away, dude." He goes, "No, I got binoculars in my trunk." I said, "Okay." So we go to the trunk of his car. We get his binoculars. He's got a scope. And I said, I'll use the scope, you use the binoculars. So we raised the forklift up to the top of the building, which we did all the time. We put roofing supplies up there. And we laid down on top of the building, and I'm scoping in on this van, and he's out there with the binoculars, and we see this car turn around and come back up. And the guy gets out, and he's got two MAC 10s hanging down the side of his hips, and he's like, come here, get off the building. And we were like, okay. I was like 20 something. I had no clue what was happening. And he's like, what are you guys doing up there? And we're like, we're trying to figure out who's in the van. You know, that's quite an entourage. And he's like, uh-huh. And he whips out this pad, and I swear, this is no technology I had ever seen before in my life. And it was about the size of a modern laptop, and he lifts the lid open, and he says, put your hand on it. And I was like, no. And then he's like, I'm not doing that. And the guy's like, do you know who you had binoculars and a scope on? And we're like, no, that's what we were trying to figure out. He says, that's president candidate Bill Clinton. I said, oh. He goes, it's a federal offense to put a scope on a presidential candidate. Frankly, you two were scoped and were ready to be shot. And I was like, so where do you want me to put my hand? He goes, right here. And I put my hand on the pad, and he goes, Tom Woodbeck. And he went through my whole life. It just popped right up like it was nothing. He goes, you put your hand on here now. And then he's like, I'm not doing that. And he goes, you're going to prison then. And he goes, all right, I'll do it. And he puts his hand on there, gives him every detail about Eddie's life. And I mean, every detail, mom, dad, grandparents, everything. And he's like, oh, good to see you, Mr. Woodbeck. Oh, no, that was another story. And he goes, he goes, so you guys can't be up there. You almost got murdered. And I was like, well, I won't do that shit again. I didn't know. You know, we were just up here trying to figure out who it was. So years later, I'm standing in Bank of America, and I because my wife worked there at the time, and I look at her and I go, hey, why is your teller crying? And she looks over and she goes, what? And the girl's just bawling, you know, quietly. And she starts to walk over there, and the dude turns around and walks off, and the guy had just robbed her. Who walks through the door? The Secret Service agent that was on me was now back in the FBI, and he's like, Mr. Woodbeck, we meet again. He remembered me. So one night I'm working as a loan officer in the bank, and I decide to be a smart ass and call and I called the president at the White House. I was going to say, hey, you want to refinance the White House? Because we're broke. Country's broke. You know, I was going to be a smart ass. They answered the phone. Hello, Mr. Woodbeck. How may we help you? And I was like, nope. Nope. I'm done.
They knew it was you ringing.
Yeah, they knew exactly who it was. They answered the phone. Hello, Mr. Woodbeck. And I was like, yeah, this shit is beyond me. Nope, I'm out. I've had run-ins with Secret Service,
something.
FBI, U.S. Marshals, foot cops, you name it, I've had. And when I go to jury duty, they're like, have you had any run-ins with law enforcement? I was like, are you looking for local, state, U.S. Marshal, federal, Secret Service? Where do you want to begin? I never get picked for jury duty.
Yeah. Mm. So this is the Kennedy that was assassinated.
I'm sure if I was there, I'd have been recognized. Yeah, I've had so many run-ins with the law. It's not funny. I can't believe I've never been jailed or fingerprinted or cuffed.
Gee,
but
this is like, where you don't have dark skin.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I've been busted with drugs and everything else, but the cops always just let me go. As Keith Richards says, I never had a drug problem. I always had a law enforcement problem.
Tom, I don't think that Darren and I have realized what royalty we've had on these sessions.
Oh my God, you guys have no idea the shit I've done.
Yeah. Or yet to do.
Stolen trains. mail, cars, semi trucks, earth movers. I was a hellraiser, man. I just had no limits. There was just no limit to what I wouldn't do.
I think I better take this off YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.